Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jake at GD Honey Acres. I figure I'm just going to do a vlog post kind of here today, a little vlog video. As you can see, I was practicing my archery. This year, I'm going to try bow hunting for the first time ever. We'll see how that goes. Um, so, in order to practice that, I wanted to be safe, and also for my shooting of rifles and handguns, I want to be safe as well, considering that direction. It's for a couple miles, but there is a house that way, so in all reality, a bullet should fall before it'd ever get there. But in case there's a farmer out in the cornfield behind me, I don't ever want to have to endanger their lives. So that's why I built my rifle, handgun, and archery range backstop. This is all homemade. I built this all in about a weekend. I ran out of time one night because I had to go somewhere. But yeah, it took about a weekend by myself to build this big honking thing right here. That is 52 railroad ties and about 12 yards of dirt sitting inside the gun range area. So I'm going to put my targets in front of it, hit my targets. Anything that comes off of the target or goes through the target will be caught by my backstop. Nothing is going to go through a railroad tie and 48 inches of dirt and through another railroad tie. It's just not going to happen. So figured I'd tell you all about this. My archery range, that one is a fun little get up here. I actually have, when we moved here to this place, this acreage, it had this little get up here. I think it was something that horses or cows would go through. They put some kind of fly blankets on it, and they just walk through it and get the medicine on them. But I'm using it to hang an archery target. Let's get a closer look on this archery range here. So this archery range, I have my target suspended here. That helps a lot keep the target nice, and the target takes a lot less damage when you could suspend it and not if you just put something behind it. I'm going to take off my little dealy bob here that I used to shoot my bow with. But that it's suspended, so all that energy, once that arrow hits, it flings back and dumps the energy. So it's not like just a hard target here and all that arrow hitting it there, and that would wear this target out a little bit faster. Suspending it should allow that energy to dissipate a little easier. These are Harbor Freight straps. Nothing super special there. Behind me, though, this is a horse stall mat like you would either put in a horse barn or in your trailers. And I picked that up at Tractor Supply. This is the, was about 3/4 inch thick horse stall mat. Holding it up with some good old decking screws and washers so I could spread the load of that screw going into this 2x4 a little better. So here's a little better view of it. You have this nice horse stall mat. That's just hanging as well. So if you hit this, it'll stop your arrow. It'll catch the arrow, and it'll also dissipate all that energy. I've just got 2x4 treated wood here from Home Depot, and I've got some galvanized steel here to help kind of hold everything together and support this not railroad stall, horse stall mat. Now I've got 2x4 across the top here and across that direction. Got 4x4 here that's cemented into the ground, and everything is attached to those railroad ties over there and right here. So if I ever take this down, it's just going to be a bunch of railroad tie looking spot here, and you could probably shoot 22 here and be just fine. But this is only going to be my archery side, and that is buried into the ground as well, that post. So this is a super sturdy structure. You get over here, this bullet catch back here, this bullet drop, the back. Wow, I can't talk, guys. The bullet catch back here for when my target, I hit my target, bullets splatter into this, or I miss completely and it hits this. That's fine. This is over 4 feet tall, and I did kind of mound the dirt up here, and I'm probably going to put some more dirt. That way, over the years, as this dirt settles, it'll just compact more and more in there. Inside, between the two walls of railroad ties, I do have 2x material, treated wood in there, that I've screwed the walls together internally and connected them crosswise to help support it. And I've got these two railroad tie pieces up top with lag screws going all the way through into those top railroad ties. Now I made sure that my sides were a little bit longer That way any splatter will be caught by the railroad ties, and I won't have to worry about it like going out of the field over there or something. Now, a question y'all might be having, why did I choose railroad ties? One, I found a fella that lived maybe, I had to drive about 2.5, 3 hours to get to where he had all these railroad ties, and they were $5 a piece. Way cheaper than I could buy anything building material wise to build this with from any kind of hardware store or lumber store like Home Depot or Menards or whatnot. So drove up, picked these up. I actually had 53 of them on the load that I hauled back. Mind you, these things are heavy. If you're going to do this on your own, make sure you are stout or you have help, because each railroad tie could weigh anywhere on average from 140 to 200 pounds a piece. And they were heavy. There were a couple of them I barely got off the ground, and those are on the bottom. The super dense ones are on the bottom because I figure super dense, a little less weight, that way it supports better. I don't know, that's how it worked in my head. So I put them all together, and I used 8-inch lag screws, and I stood the railroad ties up on their narrowest side. That way those 8-inch screws had enough to go through and bite into the next railroad tie. But in order to do that, to run that, you had to pre-drill the first railroad tie, and the lag screw grabbed into that second one. And believe it or not, everybody, I used Harbor Freight tools on all of this. I used a Harbor Freight screw gun and a Harbor Freight impact driver, and the impact driver was epic. The screw gun was awesome, considering I was running a drill bit that's about that long, running that through and pulling it back out, through and back out. And that was on the 1.5 amp hour battery on the drill, and ran the 5 amp hour battery on the impact. Never had any issues. I had to change the 1.5 a couple times, but whatever. So the Harbor Freight tools will do this. You can build one of these pretty cheaply. You don't have to spend an exorbitant amount of money to do this yourself. And I am extremely happy with it. When I first started shooting over here, I missed the target once because my finger was just kind of dangling there and hit my trigger. I missed, and it lodged the arrow right into the backstop. Not this backstop, the backstop, the railroad tie backstop. So that did its job, what I wanted to do, to catch stuff. This black one, I have shot it before for fun. The arrow only went through maybe that far, was sticking out on the other side. And I've got my bow set to 70-pound draw right now. So it stops stuff. I would definitely suggest using one of those, building yourself a little A-frame if you want, that you're portable, moving it in and out of your garage, what have you. But definitely it is worth that, so you can practice pretty much anywhere if you have something like that set up. Either permanent structure like I got, or something on wheels and casters that you can move around in and out, especially if you're in more of an urban setting. I'm out in the country. I don't got to worry about my neighbor 20 feet away, 30 yards away, what have you. It will catch arrows. The bullet backstop will catch bullets, no problem. A 50 cal is not going to make it through that. Like I said, you've got, 7 inches of railroad tie, 6 to 7 inches of railroad tie thickness, 48 inches, 44 to 48 inches of dirt, and another railroad tie. 50 cal is not making it through that. Sorry. I did watch some videos. A 5.56 did make it through one railroad tie, but it curved the bullet, and it kind of did a thing where it dumped an enormous amount of energy. And a 308 round, I think, made it through, but it dumped a lot of energy too and veered the bullet majorly. That is why I chose to go one wall of railroad tie, all that dirt, 12 yards of dirt, and another wall of railroad tie. Super safe. I'm wanting to stop things here. I don't want my bullets to go through and possibly injure some random critter or a random person on the other side of this backstop. I want to be as safe as possible. That is always the goal. So, this is it. This is my archery and gun range backstop that I am really, really proud of. I hope you guys like it as well. It's a fun little thing. If you have any questions, do not be afraid to ask. Also, by the way, there are cattle in here. They rub on this thing all the time. It's not moving. You don't got to worry about it. I highly suggest, if you could buy railroad ties super cheap and you want to make a backstop, this is the way to go. This setup, 52 of them, 52 railroad ties, about 3 boxes of 50 count lag screws, 8 inches, a screw gun, and an impact driver with the appropriate bits. Got a bee smelling me. With the appropriate bits, and you'll get this built in no time. I mean, the archery stuff, you don't have to do that. That would save you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 railroad ties, and that you could make that a little bit taller if you want. If you're just building a bullet backstop, you get 8 more on there. That'll give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll give you another layer and a couple extra. So, recommended. Be safe. Have somebody help you with it. Don't do it by yourself. If you can't do it by yourself, know your body, know your limits. Me, I'm a big guy. I can handle a lot of weight. I used to powerlift and such. So, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below or shoot me a message. I will respond. Love you guys. I'll pray for you. Pray for me. I'll pray for your family if you pray for mine. Hope you're doing well whenever you are, wherever you are. I'm going to get back to target practice because, as you saw, I do need a little bit more practice. Archery season opens in 2 days. So I'm going back at it. Catch y'all later. I'm out. Bye.